Camp Kaiju also says sometimes in order to experience death, you have to F a gallbladder. Is that the quote? That's maybe more of a paraphrase, but tonight we are talking about Flesh for Frankenstein, in which Udo Kier, as Baron Frankenstein, speaks that immortal line. So welcome to the episode, and welcome back, Frank.
Yay,
Hello, I'm
Frank.
already working blue on this one. Not the most family-friendly episode for not the most family-friendly movie, I guess.
Well, I'm not gonna like start swearing right off the bat. I'm gonna censor myself at least initially, but probably not gonna last
Yeah.
forever.
That's my one request. Like that line is so wickedly over the top. It deserves the full Monty. So sometime by the end of the episode, Matt, just let it rip.
Nice. I definitely will, unless Frank wants to. I know Frank loves that line too.
Well, I have to tell you too, so while I was watching this movie the other night, I actually rewound that part and like got my phone out to like video it and then texted it to my brother to make him laugh because I knew he'd think that was really funny. So, and there were a couple other lines of dialogue too, which I guess we can get into later, which I did the same thing for actually. I did that like 3 or 4 times during this movie, so
There are many lines in this movie that are worthy of recording and using at a later date for various reasons.
Yeah,
yeah.
remember
And
like
not just the lines, but line readings as well.
Yeah.
if this was like back in the days where ringtones were still a thing, I would have recorded that line and used it as a ringer for somebody. 100%.
There must still be a way to do so, yeah. Frank, what did your brother, has he seen this movie? I know he's a big horror fan.
I don't think he has, surprisingly. I actually had asked him last time I saw him if he had a copy of the movie. But he did not, which surprised me a little bit because I saw the companion film to this one. But, oh God, now I'm blanking on the name. Is it Blood for Dracula?
Yeah.
I had watched that one with him years and years ago and remember not really liking it. But I just figured since, that he would have seen this one too, but apparently not. Apparently, he has not seen this one somehow, even though he's a huge horror aficionado.
I would imagine that he'll be amused by it, to say the least. I have not seen Blood for Dracula, but if it's anything like this movie, I really do wanna watch it soon. I've heard that it's not not as good as Flesh for Frankenstein, but not as
Yeah.
good might be a kind of a relative phrase in this case.
Right. What I've heard is that it maybe takes itself more seriously. That's one
Mhm.
person's take. I haven't seen Blood for Dracula. I have heard there is humor in Flesh for Frankenstein. I see that what people talk about, the aforementioned line, for example. But we'll get into it later, but I feel like the humor was a bit lost on me. Maybe not
That's
my type.
Yeah, no, that's certainly understandable. I feel like any range of reactions to this movie, from just like completely hating it and thinking it's the worst piece of trash ever made, to like loving it and like watching it constantly and being totally delighted by it, all like both of those reactions totally make sense to me.
We have to find the right head for this torso. Has to be of a man who strongly craves women, whose overriding urges are sensual. If he succeeds in finding such a single-minded man, our chances are very good that the male we create will fall in love with my female zombie. They will mate, and she will bear me the children I want. They're going to be a true start of a new race, entirely created by me.